Teacher knowledge and behavior is the component of the model that focuses on teachers' knowledge of students and content and on their expertise in classroom management and pedagogy. Teacher knowledge is the element of teacher knowledge and behavior that encompasses knowledge of student characteristics and teachers' in-depth content knowledge, and the blending of these to enhance learning. More information on this can be found in the Technology as Facilitator of Quality Education model. The students in this 6th grade class are learning about statistics by relating the concepts of mean, median, and mode to basketball shooting percentages. The classroom teacher team teaches with a multi-categorical resource teacher. The teachers demonstrate knowledge of student characteristics by addressing the students' verbal linguistic intelligence. To get the students to think about basketball, the multi-categorical teacher reads aloud from the book Swish by Bill Martin Jr. and Michael Sampson.
I'm going to start off with the book. Book called Swish by Bill Martin and Michael Sampson. Illustrated by Michael Chatsworth. Cardinals, Blue Jays, what a game. The winner goes to the Hall of Fame. Less than a minute left to play. Blue Jays have the Cards at bay.
The teacher's in-depth content knowledge is evident in her method of instruction. She implements highly organized group work to help the students learn the mathematical concepts they are studying. The students are assigned to groups of 3. Each team consists of a materials manager, a data manager, and a math resource person. Each group will shoot 8 free throws and 8 field goals, then compute the mean, median, and mode of their group data. Each group also has to pick a professional basketball team and research the team's field goal and free throw percentages and compare them to their own.
So within each group, each person is going to have a job. And one of the first jobs that each group person that people are going to do is the materials manager. And the materials manager needs to get the materials, make sure that they have the materials for the activity, and then put the materials away when you're done. The next one is the data manager. And the data manager makes sure that everybody completes their worksheet and gets everything done that they need to for each station. And the last job is the math resource person. And that's the person that's going to help out anybody that might have trouble with some of the math that we're going to be doing during this activity.
The teachers demonstrate knowledge of student characteristics by helping the students develop their interpersonal intelligence. The students have to work cooperatively with their group members to complete the activity, and each student has to display leadership skills by acting as an expert in a specific area.
Okay, and these is 431. Let's say my favorite is 1 higher than 5? She has to look at the 1. Do you see? Ew! Is it 1 higher than 5? When it's higher than 5, if the 1 was like an 8, if the 1 was like an 8, it'd go to 44, right? Because it's higher than 5. But if it's a 1, it's lower than 5, so you keep it at 42. And what did you do this for? Hi. Wow, 7, 3, 8. Is it 8 higher than 5? So what do you do? Go up or stay down?
The teacher's in-depth content knowledge is again evident in their method of instruction. Both teachers are constantly monitoring student work, and they use their interactions with students to give feedback, check for understanding, or correct possible mistakes.
51. Yeah.
Is it 51? Is it?
No, it's 52.
Is it 52?
Yeah.
How do you know? How come?
It's 545.
Adam, how come that's 52 and not 51?
Because it's 51? 51.5.
Yeah, so is it 51 or 52?
52, because it goes up after 5.
You're correct. All right.
80% for his
52. Write it down. Field goal 52.
and free throws 80.
Wow. Is that the best so far? That 80?
86.
Oh, 86.
No K-O-D-E.
Now, do you think you would show them this chart, which is straight copied off of the numbers off of the website? Probably not, because they've already got this chart.
Since when?
But What about the chart that shows what your group did out on the basketball court? That's something that they wouldn't have otherwise. Well, let's work on it. We'll figure it out. Okay, let's figure it out. Your chart has to have 3 people on it. Okay? And I can't tell by looking at this what these numbers are. So you probably should have a heading up here. Percent of what?
It says it really little, but I'm going to make it bigger.
Yeah.
It says the computer. It's out of range.
Okay. Start with this chart, but you need to put something up here that tells me what those are.
The teacher displays knowledge of student characteristics by addressing her students' logical mathematical intelligence. As the students work through the activities, they develop their understanding of the concepts of mean, median, and mode.
Median is the middle, right? You go least to greatest or greatest.
Take away the top and the bottom, and then do it again until you find the one in the middle.
There is no one in the middle for that one. Because they're all even numbers. Because all this is equal.
Okay, so where's your high number? 63, and low is 0. And then take away another 0 and a 50. So 13 and 38 are 2 middle numbers.
And think of a number in between it.
Yeah, how do you get the number that's exactly in between those two?
It's separate between, what's separating 25?
Why is the median
You can't put 25 in half though.
Yeah, but you have to do it.
So,
You got a round.
you're going around.
I have 2 numbers. I want to find the number right smack in the middle of those 2 numbers.
Something in
Yes,
12
you
and a
do.
half.
Yes.
12 and a half, what's that for?
No, 12 and a half plus 13.
Yes.
The teacher's in-depth content knowledge is evident in the way she integrates evaluation of student learning into the lesson. The students have to write a letter to the professional basketball team they researched explaining their project. She has the students create a rubric for assessing their letters.
What's important to be in our letter? Emily.
The steps.
Does that sound familiar? What else? Nicole. Okay, that might be something that we're going to include in the rubric, more than one paragraph. What else, what other things do we need to include besides what we did step by step? Andre.
Why did you do what you did?
Now let's take these things and see if we can turn it into a rubric. And Mr. Smith, whoopsie, Mr. Smith is going to do it on the computer as we talk about it. So what is quality, if we look at the top step, which is what we did step by step, what does quality look like? So it needs to be in order. Step-by-step explanation of procedure in order. What else?
The teacher shows knowledge of student characteristics by helping the students develop their verbal linguistic intelligence. In their letters, the students have to explain their project in detail, including the mathematical concepts they implemented.
I am writing to say that I like your team a lot. We looked at your players up on the internet. We looked at your scores and filled out a paper on field goals and free throws. We tried to beat your scores, but we couldn't. Okay, now I want you to write. First we went ahead, write about how we did that. This is an awesome introduction. Now you're going to write me a sentence about how we shot the baskets and how we figured percents. Okay?
I didn't figure percents.
Sure you did. Yeah. How did you get these? Do you remember?
Chris.
Okay, so you had 3 out of 8, right? So in order to figure percents, you divide 3 by 8. And that's how you got 38%. So you're going to write about that next. Write about that and then tell me and I'll help you with the next step.